Consider your life for a second. You'll quickly realize that you are constantly surrounded by and subjected to rules. Governments have laws. Religions have doctrines and commandments. Companies have bylaws. Roads have signs and lights. Everywhere you look, there are rules. And these rules have been carefully constructed. They've been argued, debated. They're well thought out. And without them, society would be chaotic. Well, Tyler Durden's Fight Club is no different, containing 8 rules of its own. At first glance, the 8 rules of Fight Club might look like they were not carefully constructed and just thoughtlessly thrown together. After all, the first 2 rules are just duplicates of one another. But when you take a deep dive and consider the subtext, these rules were no doubt very carefully crafted. What's more, the undertone of the rules suggests that they may not just be rules for an underground MMA club, but rather rules for life and success. Let's analyze Tyler Durden's 8 commandments and uncover some potential hidden meanings. Before I get into this video, just a reminder, a lot of you listening are not yet subscribed to this channel. Taking a second to do so supports the channel and allows me to continue to create the content that you love. So please take a second out of your day to do so. Now on to the video. The first 2 rules of Fight Club are quite simple.
The first rule of Fight Club is, you do not talk about Fight Club. The second rule of Fight Club is, you do not talk about Fight Club.
Yes, on the surface, these rules simply mean, don't talk about it. Because after all, beating each other to a pulp in a tavern basement is highly illegal. But let's transfer over to life now. One of the biggest problems in human behavior is that we are all talk and no action. So here's what I think this rule really means. Stop talking about it for once. Be about it. You probably know someone who's like this. They say they're going to do this and that, but when it comes down to it, there is zero follow-through. Why are these rules duplicated? Because this is the epitome of what Fight Club is all about. Taking action, affecting real change, taking back control of your life from society's oppression. Now stay with me for a second, because we're going to jump over to rule number 8 quickly. The reason we're doing this is because rule 8 has a direct relationship with rule number 1. Rule number 8 states,
And the 8th and final rule, if this is your first night at Fight Club, you have to fight.
Now remember, rule number 1 means stop talking about it, be about it. So herein lies the beauty of rule number 8, because it gives you no choice but to take action. You are going to be about it. You are going to fight. You're not going to talk about it, watch and be a spectator, and let life pass you by. No, you're going to act and follow through. Remember, Tyler's goal is to create an army of strong, capable, and actionable men, and these rules inspire just that. Moving down now to rule number 7, which states,
7th rule, fights will go on as long as they have to.
I really love this rule because what I think it means is that if you want something bad enough in this life, you will and you must keep fighting for it, as long as it takes. Stop putting a time limit on your goals. You'll notice a lot of Hollywood actors say that when they moved out to LA, they were going to give themselves a certain amount of years or try until they were 30 before they called it quits. This advice and this notion, as far as Tyler is concerned, is completely unacceptable and terrible advice. A lot of people give up on their dreams because they think they're too old, or they're afraid of the time it will take. Remember our poor friend Raymond K. Hessel, who gave up on his dream of becoming a veterinarian? Forget about the timeline. If you truly dedicate yourself to something, success will not pass you by. Did you know that actor Alan Rickman, who's best known for his role as Snape in Harry Potter, got his first big role in the movie Die Hard at the age of 42? And I bet you didn't know this one. One of Hollywood's most acclaimed actors, Morgan Freeman, got his first big role at 50 years old in the movie Street Smart. Long story short, stick to rule number 7. Never give up on your dreams, no matter the timeline. Now we're bouncing around here, but moving on now to rule number 3, which states,
3rd rule of Fight Club, someone yells stop, goes limp, taps out. The fight is over.
Now, this is the perfect complement to rule number 7, because for me, this means that only when you physically cannot go on any longer should you call it quits on your dreams. Otherwise, always adhere to rule number 7 and never stop fighting. Now, what is the best way to go about tackling these big dreams of yours? That, my friends, is rule number 5.
Fifth rule? One fight at a time, fellas.
And this is true about anything in life. We can only handle so much. Don't try to bite off more than you can chew and take on too much. You'll burn out and you'll lose. Take your time, set realistic and attainable goals, and tackle them one at a time. Moving on now to rule number 4, which states,
Fourth rule, only 2 guys to a fight.
this for me is a commentary on the above rule of only 1 fight at a time. Only 2 guys to a fight, for me, means that there will never be a challenge too big that you cannot overcome. This rule means that every battle that this crazy life throws at you, you do stand a fighting chance. There's a saying in Christianity that the Lord will never give you more than you can handle. And this rule, rule number 4, only 2 guys to a fight, is an allegory to that doctrine. And the final rule of Fight Club that we have not discussed is rule number 6.
Sixth rule, no shirts, no shoes.
This rule means don't expect any of this to be easy or comfortable. Do not expect to be helped, assisted, or saved by something or someone. At the end of the day, it's just you and your internal fiber. No material things are going to help you achieve your dreams. No shirts, no shoes. Get back to the basics and realize that this is not going to be pretty. Your naked and primal motivation, free from materialism, is the only path to success. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more awesome videos, and I'll see you next time.